Good morning, everyone. It's a very blowy, wet, miserable, grey day down here in Cornwall. But after having Friday's beautiful day, then we've got to take the rough with the smooth. Andrew Holland from Effectors Coaching and Development. I'd just like to share with you real quick my thoughts for this Monday morning before I travel up to Burnley to go and do some coach education this week. I hope you had a great weekend. I had a fantastic weekend. I was very privileged to have spent Friday night celebrating a great career of a good friend of mine who left the Navy having served a long time. A fantastic individual and a real inspiration to us all. And it was fantastic. Hi Sharon, how are you? It's fantastic to share that with Gary on a very special day, and I wish him all the best for the future. And then I spent Saturday, dare I say it, mainly in the pub watching rugby. It was a great day, great to catch up with a lot of people I haven't seen for a long time. It was a shame about the result from a perspective of an England fan, but that's the way it goes sometimes. But it's that I'd like to talk about, not necessarily about the rugby, but it's about what happens now. So Sunday morning I got up early and went and stood on the side of a rugby pitch and watching my son play. And they played very, very well. They had really, really great results. But what is the best thing about that is watching their faces, because they knew they'd played well and they'd worked really hard and beat a very good team. So that was all great. But so I never got involved in the banter on Facebook on Sunday morning. But what I did do was have a read through it, and I found it very interesting. There lots of messages about how gracious will the English be in their defeat to the Irish. Well, I found that really interesting, because as a former rugby coach and as a former rugby player and then on to coaching, I used to say to my guys, you can't be gracious in victory until you know what it's like to lose. Now, what did I actually mean by that? Well, you know, when we play sport and through life itself, whether that's going for a job interview, whether that's doing our daily work on a daily basis, the results are important. Because the results of what people will judge us on, whether they mean to or not. And it's important for us to measure our success against. But it's a fact of life that the results, doesn't matter who we are, will always go our way. They don't. So New Zealand, who are arguably, I would say, are the best rugby team in the world, they lost to Ireland back in the summer, or back in the autumn, should I say. England have just lost to Ireland. Now, Ireland are a very good team. Now, does that mean that the result is everything, and that they're now no longer a good team? Does it mean that New Zealand are no longer a good team? Absolutely not. So I've titled this, "The result is important, but what happens next makes us great." And that's the thought that I want to share with you today. The result is important because we judge and we base our progress on our results. And we've got to have something to gauge things on. But here's the thing. When the results don't go our way, when we don't get the result that we want, that's okay. That's life. Good things happen to bad people and bad things happen to good people. What counts is what we do next. It doesn't matter how much preparation we put in. It doesn't matter how much hard work we put in. We can have a huge influence on what happens next, but we can't always judge it, because we cannot account always for the external forces, whether that be the poor weather today down in Cornwall, or whether that be the influence of someone else. So what I would say to you, the result, cherish the result, whether it's the result that you wanted or whether it's a different result. Because what happens after that, the decisions you make directly following that result, is what goes on to make us great. For those people that we consider to be fantastic, that we consider to be great at what they do, the difference is what they do when they've had a bad result. They take the good things, they measure them, they gauge how well they did, what went well, and do more of it. They take the results that are not so great, they analyse them, they take the good things out of them, they work out how they can make those things that didn't go so well go better next time. So that is my thought for today. It's not the result that counts, it's what you do with it and what you do next that counts, and it'll be that that goes on to make you a peak performer. Peak performance is about taking the results, checking them, and then doing something constructive with it. Hope you have a fantastic day. I've got a long drive to Burnley to do some coach education in Burnley this week. And I'll be catching up with you as the week goes on. Have a great Monday, everyone. Take care. Andrew Holland from Effectors Coaching.